I'm at East Shelley Beach. Well, actually, I'm at West Shelley Beach. I've just been walking along East Shelley Beach where I used to live. I lived here for 3 years in this beautiful little seaside town of Orford, and it's now 3 years since we left, and we have a little shack here, but it's not the place we lived in. And this morning my walk took me all the way around to where all those houses are, around there. And I've come a lot further from that direction too. And I walked past the house we used to live in for the first time since we lived here, so the first time in 3 years, and was surprised by just how emotional it was for me. I lived here through some of the most impactful times of my life. My youngest son started school here in the little local primary school. My husband went through cancer treatment while we lived here. My business grew mammothly while we were living here. We won a massive contract worth multiples of millions of dollars over a period of time. And I think that leaving here was one of the hardest things I had to do. And it shocked me at the time how difficult it was, and it shocks me now how emotional I still get. I walked around to, what can you see? Around to where that boat is over there. There's a little tiny spot over there which we call Pirate Beach, and that's where my kids, when they were little, would toddle into the water and toddle back out again. And as they got a little bit older over the 3 years we lived here, they got brave enough to jump off the jetty, and my husband would catch them in the water. And I guess the point today is, don't underestimate the power of memory and the power of being and the power of noticing what's going on in your life. Life has a funny way of bringing things back for you and bringing things up for you. Don't hide from those feelings. I actually stood on the end of the jetty and had a little bit of a cry. I was so overwhelmed by the flood of memories of my kids when they were much littler. They're still only little really in my eyes, but when they were much littler, and the experiences we had while we lived here in this wonderful little community. And sometimes I regret leaving because it was such a rich life. Now, our lives as a family have taken all sorts of interesting turns, and we have grown as a family in terms of what our adventures have become and where we're heading in our lives. But this will always, always be a very special, special place for me. And I think that you can't overlook those special places and special memories. It took me 3 years to be able to walk past that house again, which is kind of crazy. But I'm glad I did, and I'm glad I exposed myself to that emotion this morning. I think it's been building over time because, of course, we are relocating to Melbourne soon. We will still have a footprint here, but I won't have the freedom to come as frequently as we do now. Funnily enough, I just saw a hire car turn up. There's a little parking bay just there. And the hire car stopped, and the people wound down their windows, and they took a photograph in one direction, then they moved their car around, took a photo in another direction, moved their car around, took a photo in another direction, and then drove off. And I thought, this is one of the most beautiful beaches in Australia. It is called Shelley Beach because it is literally covered in shells. You can spend 5 minutes here and have a fistful of beautiful, beautiful shells to take home as a memory of your time here. Be part of your life. Don't just sit in your car and take photos of your life. Be part of your life. Experience things. Indulge in things. Make sure you're giving yourself time to do that. I've come out for a walk to get some exercise, and I really should be getting back to, make sure that my kids have had some breakfast, because probably they haven't eaten anything yet. But I just wanted to sit and stop and soak in this beautiful place and document it too. A bit of both worlds, hey? So I'm going to sit here for 5 minutes. I'm going to just be present with the waves and the birds and the shells and the little bit of seaweed and the sun breaking through the clouds. I'm going to take 5 minutes just to soak all that in, and then I'm going to get on with my day. Hope you have a great day too.